back with another fantasy video, my guys. If you don't know, now you know. Currently, um, I'm trying to work out a trade with. Ooh, as you guys can see, it's about to get funky in this fantasy. You know what I'm trying to say? It's about to get funky. Trying to work out some trades right now. Trying to work out some trades, and it's real interesting. But we'll see what's gonna happen. You know what I'm trying to say? Um, a big trade happened with Malik, Malik and Charlie. Big trade. How do I even see it? Is it transaction account? But yeah, big trade happened, right? John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. for Bam and Kyrie Irving, man. And just take a look at Malik's team. It's like the addition of Kyrie and Bam is crazy. I think Bam suits his team. I say losing Jaren Jackson Jr. like you lose the blocks. You know what I mean? So it's like you lose the blocks, but you got a big man in Adebayo. I think he's having this is like since the bubble. This is probably like the best stretch of his career. You know what I'm trying to say? And I feel like he's gonna keep it up, right? So basically Malik helped us because Malik basically destroyed Anthony Davis Bam Adebayo combination, mixed that in with Vucevic and Zion Williamson like that. What Charlie had going on was deadly. You know what I'm trying to say? It was absolutely deadly, and my team's looking good. The team's looking good, and I believe that yeah, I had Kyrie Irving. I drafted him for a reason. I do want him back. I never foresaw that Kyrie Irving would get traded. The thing about me, yeah, I traded Kyrie because I had to, not because I wanted to, because I had to. If it was left for me, I'm not trading Kyrie. But then when I see that Kyrie's inside this situation, I have to intervene. So for me, it's like if there's a way I can get Kyrie back, I have to find that way. You know what I mean? I have to find a way to get Kyrie back. I actually loved Kyrie being on my team. I loved it. Um, Bobby, I love Bobby. Bobby's he's a great basketball player, right? He's a great basketball player. He's very efficient, and he's a businessman. He's strictly business. You know what I mean? He's strictly business. For me, I would trade Bobby. I would trade for Bobby based off the fact that what I want in a big man, he does. You know what I mean? He does what I want in a big man, right? And it's tough because it's like let me try this. Let me try this. So Paulo, this is the thing. I would want to give him for Kyrie. I would want to give him Garland or Chris Paul. You know what I'm trying to say? Garland and Chris Paul. You know what I'm trying to say? And then it's like Killian Hayes. You know what I'm trying to say? Cause I know he doesn't want Big Ben. He don't want Big Ben. I'm not sure what Malik's views are on Nick Claxton. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's like I'm not trying to con my guy. I feel like every time I trade with someone, I give what's deserved. You know what I'm trying to say? I give what's deserved. You know what I'm trying to say? So like for Kyrie, I would go the extra mile for Kyrie. You know what I'm trying to say? But if we're doing Bobby Portis and Kyrie, then it's like I don't know what to do at this point because it's like I can give Garland and Killian. I have no problem giving Garland and Killian. You know what I'm trying to say? I have no issue giving Big Ben. You know what I mean? I could take away Garland and put Chris Paul and then add Killian. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like basically, I'm just gonna. That's the proposal I'm probably gonna try and do. Let me move this shit. That's the proposal I'm gonna basically try and do, right? So this is basically just the preliminary offer, and then we'll see what he says to that. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just we testing the waters. You know what I'm trying to say? We testing the waters. Respect. You know what I'm trying to say? We just testing the waters. I'm not trying to do anything that, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm not trying to do anything that I wouldn't do, right? Um, this trade right here is lovely, right? The only problem, the issue me and Daniel are having, yeah, is I don't want Draymond Green. Daniel, ah, my gosh, I don't want Draymond Green, right? I don't want Draymond Green. Like if we did Kevin Hoyter, Paolo Banchero for Clint and Poto, I'm fine. You know what I'm trying to say? Or we did Killian Hayes and Paolo, I'm fine. Stephen Curry for Julius Randle is an absolute rob. Like that's a robbery. That's an absolute robbery. Like I would trade. Like there's the thing. I never foresee getting Stephen Curry. So Stephen Curry is like before I fall in love with him, I would trade him. You know what I mean? If someone sends me an offer that's worthy of Stephen Curry, I would trade him. But you guys need to don't forget one thing about Stephen Curry is that in one game he basically averages close to 5 3 pointers a game. So if you want me to trade Steph Curry, like you gotta send something big. Because for me trading Steph Curry is like I could trade Stephen Curry 1 for 1 for someone like Doncic. I could. I could. Would it get accepted? I don't know. But I feel like Stephen Curry's inside that category. You know what I mean? Like even Trey Young, I'm kind of looking of trading him away because it's like I love Ice Trader Gang, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm trying to win the money, right? I'm trying to win the pot, and it's like for me to win the pot, it's like I can't be loyal to any of these mans. You know what I mean? It's strictly business. And Trey Young is like I love my guy I trade a gang. Don't get me twisted. I'm not gonna trade him for anyone, right? But if a really, really good offer comes up that I can't say no to, then I'm gonna say yes to it. It's literally that simple. You know what I mean? It's just literally that simple. But I just want to get into last week. So last week, yeah, last week was very, very interesting. So I drew with Daniel 6-5-1. We both said we wanted to draw. I even said it last video. I said, yo, I want to draw with Daniel, but I don't want us to lose because at this point, it's like the way I see it at this point, right? Is like we are both. I want to make playoffs. He wants to make playoffs. You know what I mean? At this point, it's like we both know our teams are good. You know what I mean? So right now, I think we both have the same mindset where it's like we know our teams are good, right? We don't need to worsen each other's record. You know what I mean? Let's hunt the guys at the top. We both have that same mentality. We're hunting the guys at the top, right? But at the same time, we're hunting. We're trying to we're trying to tune our weapons. You get me? So as we're trying to tune our weapons, it's like, what's the point of us trying to defeat each other when the real enemy is over on that side? You know what I'm trying to say? So it's crazy because um it was literally such a tight matchup. And it's crazy because if I played Garland that day I put him on the bench, I would have won the points category. But because I didn't play him, I didn't win the voice category. So it's like literally everything in this matchup literally happened for a reason. You know what I'm trying to say? Literally happened for a reason. And it's like now that I see it, Paulo had a good week. 8 3 pointers, 22 rebounds, 13 assists, 3 steals, 80 points. And I don't think he shot too bad. Like, I feel like he had a good week. But my problem with Paolo is just I just felt like there would be more production out of him. Like, I felt like there would be more production. I thought that if I picked him so high, I'll be getting more. And I feel like if I'm gonna have a power forward, you know what I mean? Like, Marcus Morris gets me 9 3 pointers, but if I'm gonna have a power forward, for me, I'm gonna want a guy that's gonna be getting me more than what he's getting me. You know what I mean? I want more, and I feel like he'll do better on other people's team that need the 3 pointers and stuff because I don't really feel like he's giving me a buck for my grain, bro. And then Big Ben, I absolutely love Big Ben. Like 28 rebounds, 28 assists, 9 steals, 2 blocks. He was .500. This is awful, absolutely awful. But like, and this guy ruined I didn't even know he did this. That's why sometimes picking up players is awful. I didn't know this guy did this. You know what I'm trying to say? But like, at the end of the day, my team is really good. You know what I mean? It's really, really good because we doing all of this without Stephen Curry. You know what I mean? Because you guys got to remember, I traded Kyrie Irving. I think Kyrie Irving was my Trae Young was my first pick. So Trae Young was my first pick. Kyrie Irving was my Trae Young was my first pick. Kyrie Irving was my second pick. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you guys got to remember, I'm doing this without Stephen Curry. Wait. Yo, I got a headache right now, so I'm not even thinking. I didn't actually draft Stephen Curry, but Stephen Curry is basically a first round pick. So I'm doing all of this without another main orchestra guy. You know what I mean? And Curry goes crazy. Curry goes crazy. Curry goes absolutely crazy. And this matchup was weird because there was so much times I could have got double double, or Daniel could have got double double, and it just never happened. Like it never happened. You know what I mean? So it's like when I see Paolo's numbers, like when I see this, I'm scared to. I'm like, should I trade him? Should I trade him? Should I trade him? But then I'm just like he's actually really good. He's really good. Like he's really good, and getting 8 3 pointers of power forward is good, right? It's a tough one. It's a tricky one. And then Chris Paul just pisses me off because it's like I just want this guy to be consistent with me. I want him to be consistent with me. You know what I mean? I want him to like just play basketball every week. Like play basketball every week and be consistent with me. That's all I'm asking for Chris Paul. Play basketball and be consistent. That's it. Daniel's team is weird. Like I see what he's doing and it's like it's really good. Um I don't want Draymond Green because I already have my Draymond Green. I have Big Ben. You know what I mean? And they literally look 28, 28, 9. Like they literally do the same thing, bro. They literally do the same thing. So I don't want another one, right? I don't want another one. So yeah, I feel like his team's gonna be interesting when Clint Capella comes back. Because before Clint Capella went down, he was basically averaging a double double every game, right? And the rebound numbers and the double double numbers add for Daniel's team would be great. Um, but I see what he's trying to do with the trades, and I feel like it's good. It's really good. It's really good. But I don't want to say too much. I want to move on. This right here, this matchup right here, man. These guys traded in the middle of the week, right? So they traded in the middle of the week, which is relatively weird because it's like you don't really want to trade against the person you're playing with in the middle of the week because basically it ruins your whole schedule. And one person's always going to benefit from the trade depending on game times and etc., right? So it ruins your whole schedule. But these mans traded, you know what I mean? And Charlie was one assist away from the draw, right? But I gotta say, hats off to Malik because This was a great performance by his team, man. And the thing is like last week his team done amazing too, but he just didn't get the victory. You know what I mean? So it's like his team did sick last week, but he didn't get the victory. So this week his team came out with another consistent performance, and he got the victory. So, but it's all good. You know what I'm trying to say? Kevin Porter is looking juicy though. Kevin Porter is looking juicy though. But like his team had a solid performance, right? His team had a solid performance. I truly believe that if he just stays consistent and continues to make the right moves, he could try and fight for playoff spot. But what I'm trying to do is like I'm trying to create some gatekeepers. I believe that we should create some gatekeepers. Not trying to say Chris versus Cornelius, Walker Derby. Honestly, this is what I'm trying to say about the tier list thing, yeah. Because in this matchup, you have Cornelius, right, who actually has a really good team. Like he has Jalen, Maxi, Rudy's meant to be good when he's consistent. He has Jason Tatum, Wendell, Kijante, that's me, and he has Wiggins, right? So he has a really, really strong team. But they're not. They haven't all been like consistently healthy. You know what I mean? He's had lots of injury issues. So it's like playing against Chris and getting a W over Chris. That's magnificent. That's absolutely magnificent. But you also got to factor in that MB didn't play as well, which is a big factor. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's getting interesting out here, right? And then Germany Prince Loki and ESPN Frankie. You know what I'm trying to say? um, I did expect Frankie to win. I think he has one of the best teams. It's just like with Cornelius, he has a lot of injuries. And I feel like as the injury problems dwindle, I feel like his team will also improve. Um, so I'm not really surprised that he won. As you can see, his team list is so small, but he still won. But it's just like at the end of the day, yo, I'm actually trying to see something over here. This is for, this is for. But yeah, mm, sorry, I'm actually just looking at these stats because I'm doing some intrinsic research right now. My bad. Yeah, but at the end of the day, Chloe's team is really good. I feel like Ingram comes back, his team can do something. But I'm just in my head, I'm just like, yo, Glory, why go on with it? Like, when are you gonna start? Now, shall I say, like, when are you gonna start making some aggressive moves? Like, my thing is, it's just like I'm just a little bit confused because it's like the pot is $2,000 and you're in the fantasy, like you chose to be in the fantasy, so it's like why are you not making moves? Because your record is 3-7-2. At this rate, you're not making playoffs, but you're not making any moves, and it's like it absolutely blows my mind. Like it blows my mind because it's like why wouldn't you make any moves? Why wouldn't you try and make your team better to try and win the $2,000? You know what I mean? And it's like if you got that much money to just be given to us every single year, yo, like let me send you my email so I can get some quarterly dividends from you. You get me? Um, Mariano versus David, man. I'm scared for Mariano. Right now he has KD injured, Cal Anthony Towns injured, Chris Middleton injured. Three, like that's crazy. And his record is 6-4-2, second in the West. He's not going to be second in the West anytime soon. Like after this week, I don't know who he's playing, but he's most likely going to lose. He's not going to be second in the West. And what Mariano has to do is like one or two things. Trade away those guys to ensure he makes playoffs, right? Or stick it out, get them healthy, and just pray that before the end of fantasy, he's in a position to still make playoffs. You know what I mean? That's the two decisions he has. Because at the end of the day, like, he wasn't gonna beat David without Karl Anthony Towns and Chris Middleton. You know what I mean? And this whole argument of comparing Vessel to Chris Middleton and stuff, I don't want to hear it, man. Like, at the end of the day, like, I actually don't want to hear it. And it's like, sometimes I feel like we just talk about things just to talk, or we don't actually need to be talking about them because, like you literally cannot compare Devin Vassell to Karl Anthony Towns or even Chris Middleton. You can't. Chris Middleton and Bradley Beal, you can sort of compare them. You can sort of compare them. But who is better? Obviously Bradley Beal. But has Bradley Beal been playing good this year? Nope. So they're basically right now on the same scale, meaning they're both not playing basketball consistently, and they're both not putting up the numbers that they should be putting up individually. You know what I mean? But who's the better player out of all of those people? Karl Anthony Towns. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like Mariano's not. This matchup was not competitive, and it shouldn't have been competitive. And there's no way that it should have been close, which is why it wasn't close because Mariano's team is dead. Let's be real. Like his team is dead right now. So it's like his team is dead, and he's playing against Jokic, Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, Halliburton. Like he's not gonna win, and even he knows it's not gonna win. So it's like beating him with his team that handicapped is like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like the name says it itself. Like broken free run. Like who cares? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's like there's nothing he can do at that point when you, unless he drafts players that are not injury prone. But like there's nothing he can do. Like and Kevin Durant, like look at the week he was having. That's a crazy week, man. Absolute insane. Then imagine if he had Karl Anthony Towns and Chris Middleton. I think the matchup changes, man. Because Karl Anthony Towns is getting you a double double. He's getting you some blocks. He's definitely winning in the points with Karl Anthony Towns introduced. The rebounds be closer. Karl Anthony Towns is going to increase this percentage. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that. I'm not for sure saying that Mariano wins, but the matchup does change incredibly. You know what I'm trying to say? It does change. Right now, Zion Williams is injured, so Jonas is doing Jonas things. It's just that simple. And Sabonis is just going absolutely crazy. Can he sustain it? I don't even know, man. I don't know if he can actually sustain it. But I watched Phoenix. I watched Sacramento play, and I can't lie, they play some good basketball, and he's heavily involved in the offense. So the assist numbers, I can see them saying. The rebounding numbers, like I feel like with rebounding, it fluctuates. With centers, it does fluctuate. And then this guy right here, consistent. Davis' team is weird, but it works. You know what I mean? Like this bomb. Like let's be real. Like this guy, he ain't gonna be doing this. This is like, this is amazing stats. He's not gonna be doing this. 15, 15, 11 steals. Like that's unrealistic. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like that's a great pickup. You know what I mean? Hats off to David. That's absolutely a great pickup. But like that's insane numbers. You get me? So David seems really good. No slack to him. No slack to him. And then this right here, this is what I'm trying to say, bro. We 2-9. We 2-9, 6-5. 2-9. You got Paul George, yeah. This is my message. Paul George does not consistently play. You can't afford that. You can't afford that. You can't. You know what I mean? And it's like the Paul George Damian Lillard combination is not working. So one of them has to go. If not, both of them has to go. Like this is what I'm trying to say. Like there's 2 G's on the line. 2 G's, 1800, whatever it is. So why is it that people are not hungry? Like I thought this playoffs matchup would be like, I thought this fantasy is harder, and I'm gonna say it's only harder because the waiver wire is less. is less fruitful. It's less fruitful. But in terms of teams, I feel like I have a really good team. I have a really good team. Has my team been healthy? No. I think I've had a healthy team for one game day, and then Steph Curry went back. Like when I was doing my run against Ghana, when I was colonizing Ghana, Lamelo, my son came back. He said we cannot lose to Ghana. You see how a son, that's the love of a son, right? That's why you should treat your children well, man. My son came back, and then Steph Curry got injured. I only had a whole 14 for one day. You know what I mean? So I'm playing against David this week. I looked at the schedule. The schedule is kind of funky. It's weird because it's like he has days where he has like lots of guys, and I'll have like 3, 4 guys. Then I'll have the next day I'll have like more players, and then he will have like a lesser. Like it's a weird week because we both. I think there's like 1 or 2 days when we both have like the equal amount of players playing whatever. I've seen the times David has lost 2 times, right? So I feel that assist category for us will be interesting. Um, Chris Paul's. I don't even know what is up with Chris Paul. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know what he is, but Chris Paul is gonna be very important for me in the assist category. Very important. Last week we both had similar steal numbers. David's team isn't too great on blocks. I actually do not care about the double double category against David. The points category, it's gonna be tough. I'm gonna say it's gonna be tough. It's just, it for me. It all depends on Jokic because Fox is gonna get you the 25 to 30. Sabonis will get you like the low 20s, right? But if Jokic is getting like 40 point games, right now I don't have Stephen Curry, right? Um, Trae Young has been getting 30 consistently, so like the points, it's gonna be it may be close, but I feel like David edges that. Field goal percentage I give to David. Free throw percentage most likely I give to David, right? Then 3 pointers I should take it. Rebounds I should take it. On paper, David should have these two. This this is gonna be a fight. This is gonna be a fight. Double doubles he has and points it could be close, right? On paper David should win. On paper he should win. You know what I mean? I don't actually think I'm going to win the matchup, and I'll be surprised if I win or get anything out of it. Malik versus Cornelius. I think it's a close one. I think that Cornelius' team is healthy. Malik's team is good right now. I've seen he has some injuries. This is a very important matchup because Cornelius wins, he's 4-9. Malik loses, he's 4-8. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like it's tight, and they're both fighting for that playoffs. You know what I mean? And I feel like for the guys that are not in playoffs right now, all it takes is one of them to go 3 wins in a row. Literally 3 wins in a row, 3 or 4 wins in a row, and then bang, they're back into playoff contention. Vancouver Grizzly versus ESPN Sucks. I actually think Frankie has the better team, but his team's not healthy. But Charlie's team's also not healthy. So I feel like Frankie could actually win this one. He could win it because now Charlie has Ja Morant. This is gonna be affected. Um, I don't even know if this one, but I do know that it's gonna be close. I do know it will be close, but I don't know at the same time. I take Chris against Germany Prince. I take Chris, man. I do. Larry's going to destroy Mariano, but then again, it's like this is my thing with Mariano's team right now. It's like definitely with Kevin Durant, it's only 2 weeks, right? I'm not sure about Karl Anthony Towns' timeline. Chris Middleton, right? I say just trade the guy, bro, because it's like he's barely even played. He's barely played, and if you can get someone that can consistently get you close to Chris Middleton numbers, even if Chris Middleton comes back and performs, it's worth it because we don't know if he's gonna come back and be healthy fully. You know what I mean? I take Daniel Loki against True North. I feel like True North needs to shake up the team. He needs to shake it up, man. he needs to shake it up because I'm gonna show you guys the standards, man. And Malik made the point. Only 8 people want to playoffs, so that means 4 people don't make playoffs, and it's 12 of us, right? So these three right now and Daniel O are not making playoffs. You know what I mean? Mariano is only 6-4. Yeah, his team right now is dead, right? This is a perfect time for Cornelius, for Malik, for Glory, even Daniel O to fix their team up and go on a run. Literally. Because when Carl Anthony Towns comes back and Kevin Durant, I don't think it's the same time. This is a time to go on a run. Because for Mariano to be winning, it's going to be tough for him to win consistently. You know what I mean? It's going to be tough. He plays Larry, I think that's a guaranteed loss. This is an opportunity. This is literally an opportunity for someone to make a run and make that 8 seed interesting. Right now, it's not interesting, but it can become very, very interesting. You get what I'm trying to say? It can become very, very interesting. David did take a bit of a lead. He did take a bit of a lead. You know what I mean? He did take a bit of a lead. This has basically stayed the same, right? It has stayed the same. But it's like this week, like the West could change. Like me, Daniel, and Larry, we still have the same record. We could all literally become second seed this week if we all win. We could all become second seed this week and win. And then Mariano would drop down to what's it, fifth? To the 5th seed. And then bang, we're one win away from Charlie. It's that crazy. And I feel like there's so much more weeks left. There's too much more weeks left. And it's like, just because your team has started off well, it does not mean that your team is going to end well. It doesn't mean it's going to end well for your team. That's what I'm trying to say. So I feel like everyone needs to stay humble. Everyone needs to stay humble because Malik right now, he's trying to make some trades. He gets the trade right, that could be the 3 wins he needs to make playoffs. If Cornelius makes a trade, that could be the 3 wins he needs. Glory, that could be the 3 wins he needs. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like everyone just needs to buckle up. Everyone needs to buckle up because we're going on a ride, my guys. We're going on a ride, you know what I'm trying to say? Because right now the playoff bracket, let's see what it's looking like. This is the playoff bracket. I don't want to play Chris first round. And this bracket is really, really tough, you know what I mean? So it's like so overall I'm 6th seed, you know what I mean? So this bracket is really, really tough. And I feel like with Larry's team versus Charlie, this is a disgusting matchup. Um this right here is disgusting. Frankie, when his team was healthy, he gave David one of his only losses. This right here is a nice battle. It's a lovely battle. This right here is a lovely, like, this playoffs is looking very, very, very competitive. Like, extremely competitive. Like, it's insane. You know what I mean? I would love to jump over on this side because I don't want to play Larry's team next. I don't want to play Larry's team or Chris's team. So I'd love to jump over on this side. Oh my days, but yeah, this stuff is intense, my guys. Let me go back. Let me hit this, right? Um, so for the median numbers, yeah, I hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 9. So I did all right. You know what I mean? So it's ah, it's getting it's getting like, you see what I mean? Like Malik's team again went crazy. And I like the trade for Malik because you see how low these numbers are, 46.3 and 78. That trade alone increases that. So before he'd always used to lose these categories like by default. But now he's not going to lose them by default anymore. You know what I'm trying to say? He's not going to lose them by default anymore. Um, Pokey, this is not good signs. It's not good signs. And it's like these two both played against each other, and it's like they did this. You know what I mean? So it's not a good sign. Even True North is like there's too much blue, and I'm just like, just look at this. Like, look at this right here, right? Let's just do this. So with double doubles, you guys were at 6. So you can trade for a guy that will get you double doubles, right? Because you were just 2 away from the medium. With 3-pointers, you don't need 3-pointers. So even having Damian Lillard doesn't make sense in your team because you have such big your team is such big men orientated that having Damian Lillard counteracts what your team does. Instead, you should have a guy. You should trade for a guy that gets you more assists, more double doubles, and more points. Like trade away Damian Lillard because at the end of the day, he shoots threes, but you're not competitive in the 3-pointer category. You know what I'm trying to say? Pokey, same thing. You know what I mean? So it's like these are how you make the adjustments to your team. Like we are literally giving everyone the blueprint to make their team better. Like literally the blueprint. Like this right here, this thing right here literally compares your team with everyone else's team every single week. So you can consistently see what your team is not good at. Consistently. So there's no inherent reason why no one's team should not be competitive. Everyone's team should be competitive based off the fact that we're all men, right? And also based on the fact that everything is being given to you. It's like studying for a test and you know what's going to be on the test. Because you're not only seeing other people's stats. So, for example, I'm going to play against Daniel. I can literally go to the last 3 weeks and see what Daniel's team has been good at consistently. Compare it to my team. Straight away, I know what I'm going to do good against him and bad against him. So I should be prepared. But it's like, I don't know what's going on, bro. But I got a headache and I can't, bro. But this right here, the power rankings. 1 second. Right. So this right here, Roman Empire is number 1. We just finished watching a show with Cornelius Barbarians. If you know about the Roman Empire, you know what it is. So I want to say Gaff of the Week was Cornelius. Hats off to Cornelius, man. KD went absolutely crazy, man. And I'm gonna say this, man. To Mariano, stay strong, my guy. Us in the West, we're praying for your team. We're praying for speedy recovery for all your injuries, you know what I mean? And right here, we are the gatekeepers. You know what I mean? We are currently the gatekeepers. You know what I'm trying to say? We just doing our thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Over on this side, we good. You know what I'm trying to say? Like we good over on this side. You get me? I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with these guys. I want more. I want more. I want them to push more. I want them to be more like you don't have to talk to us more, but I do want to be you guys to be more interactive in sense of team building, trying to make trades, trying to make offers and stuff. Like, because it's not working, and I feel like your teams aren't even bad. It's just personnel, like trading away Damian Lillard or trading away the Ingram that has been injured for someone that's active. You know what I mean? And my predictions is us three we're gonna take over the 4th spot this coming week, or at least one of us or 2 of us will take over the 4th spot. And yeah, congratulations to Larry. He's finally out the bottom 3. I salute you. Cornelius, man, dare to be great. Get on that win streak, bro. Let's get on the playoffs. You know what I'm trying to say? Let's get it. And then these 2 right here, I'm worried for Charlie, man. After he gave us that synopsis on how he's gonna win, and after I colonized Ghana, his team has not been the same. After I have colonized Ghana and taken full control over that state, his team has just simply not been the same. His team fell apart the moment he lost to me. You know what I mean? His team fell apart the moment he lost to me. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's interesting to see what's going to happen with Charlie's team. It's interesting. What's been going on so far has been very interesting. And I hope it continues in good faith. But yo, it's King Colin Walker. You know how we do, baby. Peace.